I mean, the tale of Mario is a really long and harrowing one. I mean, you have to go way back to the beginning, to when Mario was a bit player in the whole Donkey Kong video game that made Donkey Kong a lot of bank. I mean, that's the whole genesis of where Donkey Kong Jr. came from, is from the whole Donkey Kong video. I mean, who can forget that? And then Mario got a spin-off, though, right? Because, everyone loved the video game world, and it turned out that Mario did okay for himself, right? And he brought his brother along into the whole thing. He was like, hey, you know what? I'm doing pretty well, but you know who can do even better with me? As if it's me and it's Luigi. And you know what? I kind of like that Princess Peach woman. Remember the old Donkey Kong video game? I'd always try and save her. And sometimes I'd actually make it to the point where I would. Yeah, I kind of like her, so I'm thinking of asking to marry her. She's cool, no? I mean, what could go wrong? And Mario, he kind of took off. Super Mario came out, then a new gaming system, a new platform. He got a new video game. So, he's kind of sitting pretty. I mean, so, basically he retired. He was like, oh, screw it. I'm going to go live in Town City. And the jungle's right next to it, so, I mean, what does that matter? Because, I mean, if the jungle's right next to it, Donkey Kong, or DK as he's known, can move in and start a new life, and that'd be good. So, why not? That sounds great. And I'm getting kind of bored here. So one day Mario's like, why don't I open Mario Mart? You can basically buy anything at Mario Mart. So he said, well, I'm going to open Mario Mart because that would be cool. And so he does, right? And his brother has come along because his brother retired too. He's like, you know what? I'm kind of sick of playing second fiddle in basically every one of Mario's video games. And to even make it even worse, Mario did this whole racing adventure thing that went onto several different platforms. Well, it couldn't just be Luigi. So Mario's like, hey, let's bring the whole Mario gang in. All the people that Mario had to battle. DK, Bowser, the people they jump on, the turtles, I guess. Yeah, you gotta bring them all in. They all gotta be race contestants. Luigi's like, whoa, come on. You've got Mario Mart. I just want my literal house in Town City, and that'll be it for me. I'll be good. But Mario got cocky. He opened up a business that basically took prostitutes. And he used the prostitutes in his business. But see, he didn't pay them very well. Or at all, But, he's got this empire and he's not paying the little guy over here. I mean, who's going to take care? You know what? Luigi didn't like this. The people of Town City suddenly were like, what's going on with Mario? I mean, who does he think he is? Really? He must think a whole lot of himself, right? Because he's basically pissing down our neck and claiming it's raining, and we don't like him. So let's take a poll. So all the people of Town City took a poll to figure out who, the person they were angriest at was in all of Town City. And they kind of left Donkey Kong over by himself. And Donkey Kong got kind of mad about that. So Donkey Kong, in a fit of rage, burned 3 people. But no one actually knew about that. During the time of the poll about who was the worst in Town City. And the vote came back in, and it was like, Mario is the worst in Town City. And Luigi saw a crack. He saw a way that he could make some money. So Luigi's like, you know, Mario Mart's not so great. I could do that. So Luigi opened up Lucky's. And Lucky's got really big. It started pulling all the money in that it could. I mean, the people of Town City were looking for really to get some other place they could go shopping other than Mario Mart. And here comes Lucky's. Well, that's Lucky's. That's going to work. So, and DK's over here and he's killed a couple people, but no one knows about that, right? So, basically, it turns out that Luigi's kind of above Mario, and Mario is kind of a mess. He's made all this money. His marriage with Princess Peach, or PP, as she's often called, is really starting to head south. And Peach moves out. She's like, you know what? You used to be cool, but now, you know, I played your game. It's not so great. I'll be alright by myself. So Peach moves out. Now Mario doesn't like the fact that Peach moved out, so he makes up a story about Peach killing herself. Now, this reporter didn't believe it. It's a little too with a bow on it. It's like you never saw Mario have a wake or a funeral for Peach. That didn't happen. That's kind of weird. I mean, you're married to the woman, for goodness sake. And you had nothing for Peach? Really? So, you know, I wasn't buying this whole Princess Peach got killed. And Mario couldn't keep his story straight. Poisoned, hung herself. You know, there's just so many things that happened to Peach. Death and a robbery. I mean, you know, there's too much going on for you to actually believe any of that stuff happened. I mean, I didn't believe it. So, Mario is kind of going that way, right? And Luigi's going this way, and you figured Mario's rich, so, you know, he doesn't care. And Luigi's going that way, so he doesn't care. So Mario calls his father, which is also Luigi's father, right? And there's a quasi-reunion where Mario and his dad meet up and talk for a while, and Mario's dad ends up dying. And Luigi never sees him. Well, it turns out Luigi's kind of upset by that. So, Luigi goes into depression. Because no more dad, right? So, dad was never around for Luigi, and Luigi started to realize that Mario's father was never around for him either. And so, Luigi, very depressed. I mean, very depressed. Lucky starts doing bad. It's not keeping up the Lucky brand whatsoever at all. So it's going the wrong way, and Mario Mart starts to creep back up. And Luigi, what do you do? Luigi can't do a thing, right? So, and that only adds to his depression. It gets so bad that Luigi's thinking about offing himself. I mean, that's not good. I mean, that's a pretty deep depression. So one day, because his dad died, Mario's like, hey, wait a minute. I forgot to tell Luigi about my father dying. It's like, oh yeah, that's true, you haven't done that. Should probably go see Luigi. Fill him in, right? Give him the whole 4-on-1. So Luigi goes over to see, Mario goes over to see Luigi, and he finds Luigi, and Luigi ain't doing well. I mean, Luigi's on the brink of suicide. He's already come up with a couple of ways. Is he going to be hanging? Is he going to shoot himself? Is he going to drink poison? Mario's like, it pops Mario out of his funk. Because, let's face it, Mario was kind of a dick. But no one's 100% dick. It's not going to happen like that. Mario's like, no, I must save my brother. Gotta do it somehow. Some way. Mario convinces Luigi, no suicide. No, not so at all. I'm not burying my father and then you back to back. It's not gonna happen. So, Mario convinces Luigi not to kill himself. At the same time, Donkey Kong's secret becomes not so much of a secret. DK has killed 3 guys. That's not cool. Totally not cool. So, all of a sudden, the people of Town City are starting to hear this chatter about Donkey Kong being a murderer and Mario saving his brother. Suddenly, the profits of Mario Mart start to head in the right direction. And the whole opinion of DK starts to come down a little bit closer to Earth. So the people of Town City are like, last year we took a poll to figure out who the person we hated the most in Town City was. They did it again. And I'll be damned if DK didn't win that poll. And he became the most hated. And then Mario was elevated somewhat back into his old stature. Luigi was, got his act together, and him and Mario kind of is like Mario Mart's here, Lucky's is here, and no one really got ahead of the other one. So basically at the end of the day, we all hate DK, Mario's doing better, Luigi's his head's above water without nose bubbles occurring. So, hopefully Angus, that solves that one. At least I hope so.